Hi fellow beaders, so today's video I'm going to show you how to make this cuff, and as you can see it's quite sparkly and it's made using right angle weave and just a sliding magnetic clasp like so, and it looks really stunning when you wear it. And what I've done here is used fall colors for my bicone beads, so you can see I've got some purples and golds and blues and red and so forth. Now, as you recall, a couple weeks ago I made this bracelet and using the same technique, but this time I had only done a single row. So this week's bracelet is actually triple row, so it's a more advanced version, and you should be able to advance your skills in right angle weave. So keep watching and I will show you how to make this bracelet. To begin with, you're going to need a pile of 11 seed beads. You'll also need some 15 in the same color. And you are going to need a whole bunch of 4mm crystals in a bunch of different colors. Since I'm doing this for the fall, I've got some blues and purples and golds and reds and lots of different colors to kind of depict the fall. So to start, what you want to do is pick up 8 seed beads, and what we're going to do is put 4 on one side and 2 on the other and let them fall. Then you're going to pick up 2 more, and these 2 you're going to cross with your other needle. Like so. And then pull them all the way down. Make sure your thread, your needles are even and this is centered. And this is what you should get. To continue, you're going to pick up 2 beads on each needle. So I'm picking up 2 here and I'm picking up 2 here. And let them fall. Then you pick up 2, and it doesn't matter which needle. So since I'm lefty, I'm doing it on my left hand. Let them fall and then cross over with the other needle. Like so. And what you should have are 2 right angle weave units, as shown here. You want to make sure you keep your tension very tight because you want some nice tight squares. Alright, so to continue, I'm going to do the same thing again. You're going to pick up 2 on each side, let them fall, then you're going to pick up 2 again, and this time you're going to let them cross. You're going to cross them both needles. Like so, and pull them down. Like so. Pick up 2. On each side, now you're picking up 2 on one side, push it down the needle, and then go through it with the other needle. So what you need to do is keep going until you've reached a desired length of the bracelet that you want, because this is going to be a cuff bracelet. so you need to know how much you need. So I need about 7.25 inches for my cuff, and I'm actually using these slide clasps. So they're going to be a 3-stranded clasp, and so you got to keep in mind probably about 1/2 inch for the clasp, and when you're considering the length of your bracelet. So go ahead and keep going, repeating the steps that I just showed you until you reach your desired length. And then I will show you how to make the next, make an additional row. Okay, fellow beaders, so if you've been working away on your little units, this is what your bracelet should look like so far. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work with just one needle to make the next row. So I'm going to put away my left needle, and I'm just going to work with the one on the right. And I'm just going to work my way down across this box. So on your last unit, you are coming out of 2 beads here. And what you need to do is actually get to the 2 beads that are on this, on what I'm going to call the top part of the box. And I'm just going to turn this, instead of working sideways, it's a little easier to work up for me. Okay, so we're going to pick up 6 beads. And we're going to go back through those same 2 beads that the thread is exiting. Okay, so this is the unit you should get. And now I want you to go back. I want you to go into these 2 beads. Okay, so now you're set to make the next unit. And this time you're only going to pick up 4 beads. And you are going to go into the 2 beads that are on the next box, the second box. Like so. Then you're going to go up these 2 from our like so. Now you're going to work your way down, and you're actually going to have your thread exiting these 2 beads on the 3rd box from in the original row that you made. So I'm going to go through 2 and then the next 2. And now I'm going to go into the 2 in the 3rd box. So then you pick up 4. And you go down these 2. Okay, and then back through the 2 beads in that 3rd box again. And these guys. Okay, let me show you one more time. So there's really two directions that you're going to be going. And now you're going to pick up 4. You pick up 4 beads, you're coming out of these 2 beads, and you're actually going to make, so these 2 beads here and these 2 beads are shared for this next unit that we're making. So you want to go this way. And then up this way. So now the unit is ready and that one's done. To make the next one, you keep going, follow the beads basically. So now we're exiting these 2. So you're basically going to be either, your thread's either going to be exiting the beads on this square or the square you just made. And so you're either going to be going counterclockwise or you're going to be going clockwise. If you're exiting the 2 beads from the previous row, then you're going counterclockwise to finish the unit. If you're exiting these 2 beads from the previous unit you just made, then you're going to go clockwise. And this you're going to alternate as you go all the way down. So I'm picking up 4 beads. Again, since I'm exiting here, I'm going to go through these guys here that are shared. And I'm going to go up here. And there you go. Now, I just pulled the thread on my needle, so I gotta rethread my needle. Okay, in order to get set up for the next unit, you have to now be exiting these 2 beads here. So this is the unit we just made, and these are the 2 beads you're going to be exiting now, and this particular one. And so we're going to pick up 4, and we're going to go clockwise. So, and in order to go clockwise, you got to remember we're sharing beads from this square and from this square. So you go down these, you go up these, and then you're set up. You got to get yourself set up for the next square. So you got to go all the way this way and then to the next, the 2 beads and the unit from the previous row. And now we're going to be going counterclockwise to make the square. So we got 4, and we're going to go down. So and we're set up for the next unit. So what you need to do is keep going until you get to the end, and then you're going to repeat what I just showed you on the other side using the other needle. And that's all there is. You're just going to be going clockwise and counterclockwise to make all of your units. Okay, fellow beaders, so if you've done your 2 rows, and this is what your bracelet should look like so far, you should get this nice, beautiful set of boxes. And so put aside your needle when you've completed your 2nd row, and then pick up the other needle that you had set aside earlier. And what you're going to do is you're going to move your thread or your needle from these 2 boxes, and you're going to go up into these 2 boxes and have your thread exiting these 2 boxes. Then what you're going to do is pick up 6 seed beads, and you're going to go back through the same 2 beads that your thread is exiting. And this way you're creating the first unit in your 3rd row. Once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to go up into the 2 beads that are over here, that are at the top, basically. Alright, so just like you did in row 2, this time you're going to go clockwise to make this next unit. So, and you have to remember that you're sharing beads from this unit here and the unit you just made. So now you're going to pick up 4 beads. And you're going to go down into those 2 beads. And you're going to go across the top. Those 2 beads. Make sure your tension is tight. Now, in order to get set up for the next unit, you have to be exiting the 2 beads over here. So, we're going to go up and then cross and then over. Okay, so now you're set up. Now this time you got to go counterclockwise to make this next unit. So again, you're sharing these 2 beads and these 2 beads in this new unit. So you're going to go down into these 2, and then you're going to go up into those, and then back over here in the top 2 beads in the new unit that you just made. And now you're set up to go again clockwise. So as you can see, you're alternating between clockwise and counterclockwise to make this 3rd row, and it's exactly the same thing you did to make the 2nd row. So if you've already made the 2nd row, the 3rd row should be a breeze. So keep going, and then I will show you the next set of steps to do. We've only got a couple more steps, and the bracelet should be done. And there you go. Okay, fellow beaders, I have completed 3 rows of my right angle weave on the bracelet. Now, if you've completed your 3 rows, you should have both threads on one side of the bracelet, and you'll be exiting these 2 beads. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the square here, and you're going to go up into those 2 beads with one of your needles. Then you're going to pick up a bead and go into the next 2 beads. And then you're going to turn the corner and go across 2 beads. Like so. And then you're going to put that down, and you're going to pick up your other needle, and you're going to note where you're exiting. You're going to go through those 2 beads, because you should be exiting, your thread should be coming out of these 2 beads. So you're going to exit these 2, then you're going to pick up a bead, go through the next 2 on this side, and pick up one more, and you're going to turn the corner. Like so. You can put this down, or you can keep going with this one. And what you're going to do is basically fill in the gap between all these beads. So, okay. So, I'm coming out of those. I'm going to pick up a bead, and I'm going to go up into the next 2. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to pick up a bead. I'm going to go up the next 2. So that's all you're doing, is you're just filling in the spaces between your 2 beads. So just go all the way up on this side and then do the same thing on the opposite side. And I'll be back once you've done both sides. Okay, fellow beaders, if you've added in the gap between your bracelets or between the individual units, then this is what your bracelet should look like. And now for the next step, what you're going to do is we're going to embellish. And the way to embellish this is we're going to skip this first set of 3 cubes, because we're going to use that for the clasp. So you're going to move your thread until you are coming out of these 2 beads. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up a 15-0, your bicone, and another 15-0. Oops, I missed. Like so. And you are then going to go across the beads to the ones directly across, and you're going to go down. And there you go. You're going to do it again now. You're going to pick up a 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0, and you are just going to go down. Like so. 15-0, bicone, 15-0. So I'm actually doing kind of a fall color bracelet here, so I'm using a lot of fall colors in my bicones. I've got some purples and blues and golds and greens and reds and so forth. But you can do whatever color you want. You can do pearls, you can do fire polish, so don't feel limited to the type of bead you need to use. You don't need to have bicones. Now my bracelet is, for the length that I needed about 100 bicones each. So I have a total of 33 units. So, and I'm not actually using these last set of units, so I need a total of 93. So depending on your length, I would say have about 120 bicones or whatever beads you decide to use. But keep going until you get to the end here, and then I'll show you how to go into the next row. Okay, if you've embezzled your bracelet, this is what it should look like. And you'll be exiting these two beads here. And what you're going to do is you need to be coming out of these two guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around and then down. And up. So there you go. And now you're going to continue. So pick up a 15-0, and I got 2. And pick up bicone and then a 15-0. And you're just going to go up the ones across. And that's it. There you go. And you go all the way down. Hey fellow beaders, so if you've added in your second row, this is what your bracelet should look like. Got lots of great fall colors on this bracelet. Now I went ahead and finished the row and then wove the thread in and did just a bunch of half-inch knots. So here's that thread. As you recall, we had that second thread, so we're going to use that now to embellish this last row. And my thread is exiting these beads here, so what I'm going to do is, actually I don't want it to be exiting out of one of the spacer beads here, but the original unit bead. So these two beads, and now we're going to go down here, or go across, I guess I should say, those two, and then down these two. Now we can pick up a 15-0, pick up a 15-0 bicone and a 15-0, and we're going to go up these two. Oops, I went the wrong way. Sorry about that. Gonna have to undo that. Because of course it doesn't come out. It's wow, is that stubborn? Okay. Okay. Sometimes I swear beads are not cooperating. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. I want to go across, so I actually don't want to go up. I want to go down. Like so. Sorry about that. Anyway, so pick up a 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0, and then you're just going to go down the beads. There you go. And just keep going. Work your way down until you get to the end. Okay, fellow beaders, here it is, and I've done my last row, and I went ahead and did some half-inch knots and just weaved the thread in. The last thing we're going to do is we are going to need a bunch of jump rings, and we're just going to open them and put them through the beads here, and of course our clasp. Okay, so I'm not using my tools, so this is a little bit weird. I had to borrow my dad's tools because I'm visiting my parents. But this is what you want to do, and you want to make sure that you keep the clasp closed for now until you get the first one on the other side done. So go ahead and just do this, and then I'll be back. Alright, fellow beaders, here it is. Completed bracelet. Here's my false sparkle bracelet. And there you go. This is, here's the clasp, and I am all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I am sorry that it was late this week. I had to go out of town, but I did manage to finish it, so it's a few days late. And stay tuned for my Tuesday update, and then I will post my next design on Friday. Thank you, and please subscribe.